Hello guys, unfortunately more and more people start to realize that Russia is all fake and Putin lies a lot. Not just outside Russia but also inside Russia. Business elite, even though it's really difficult for me to use the word elite when speaking about Russia, is very angry at Putin after getting information from outside Russia. And I honestly think that the rhetorics of the US President Trump changed greatly when he learned the situation, the real situation inside the Russian economy. When they are on the brink of the collapse, and personally, as a Ukrainian, I'm looking forward to witness that. The situation inside Russian bank system, inside the interest rates and prices in the supermarkets is very similar to the ones in 1991 and 1998. So let's discuss what of the great Putin secrets were recently revealed and why more and more sane people finally see that Russia is a used toilet paper tiger. Used toilet paper tiger. That's exactly the comment that I found under one of my videos about the Russian ruble. My name is Anna, I'm from Ukraine, I'm in Ukraine, and if you want to see the defeat and demilitarization of Russia and also protect yourself against the hybrid warfare, subscribe. We discuss all of that on the channel. And let's start with one of the really good articles that appeared just on time. And that was the article about the serious troubles inside the Russian banking system, written by a famous economist, Craig Kennedy. He actually discovered, after attentive analysis of Russian numbers, that many banks inside the Federation actually are made to pay for the Russian war. And that they've lost a lot of money, and of course, all these official numbers from the Russian war budget are much, much, much higher. And Russian banks are on the brink of the collapse. This clearly explains the panic inside the Russian population, with lots of people prepared to take away their deposits. Central bank VTB talking about the potential freezing of deposits and literally taking money out of people's pockets. At this moment, their money already worth nothing, but even that nothing means something to the Russian population. A kind reminder of a person who managed to be born still in the Soviet Union. I do remember how my great parents lost a lot of money, an equivalent to a flat and a car, back in 1991. So for any Russian citizen that witnessed that period and later went through the crisis of 1998, it's not something totally impossible. You, beautiful people in beautiful, healthy democracies, cannot imagine that, and generations of Russians went through that in quite recent past. And it seems like this time is approaching. So Putin, with his plan of blitzkrieg, failed, all because he believed his own propaganda, because in Russia they are used to deceive each other and they fake everything. But okay, you can fake it inside Russia, but when you go outside Russia, it does not work. And that is why they failed with the blitzkrieg in Ukraine, because the opinion, the analysis they had about Ukraine was tailored to the needs and visions of Putin, but it was contradicting the reality. And now, after 3 years of the full-scale war, we have Ukrainian armed forces fighting with North Korean soldiers in Kursk. No, that's definitely something Putin and his co did not predict. And of course, they did not predict they will need that much money, because Russia spends billions of dollars not having money to repair roads inside their own country. They invest in missiles, they have to pay Kim Jong-un for his North Korean soldiers, and many, many, many other absurd reasons. And with sanctions getting tighter, with 3 years of this totally insane spendings, more and more of the Russians realize they are in great trouble. Subscribe to see the collapse of the Russian economy first and then the collapse of the state. It's always like that there. Because they live by this fake reality. They think that when they are able to deceive population using newspapers, social media, investing billions of dollars in disinformation campaigns abroad, it is the construction of the reality. But no, these are lies. They do influence people. People can think that Russia has strong economy, but if it's fake, it is fake. And it starts to become visible in prices, in interest rates, in inflation, in the rates of ruble, and in serious troubles inside the Russian bank system. And I know there are lots of people who treat President Trump differently, but I do have to speak about him on the channel just as I speak about Macron, Putin, or Zelensky, because he is the president of the United States. And recently, he said another nice message about oil prices when talking to Saudi Arabia that they need to lower the prices. When addressing OPEC countries, he stated that he was actually surprised to learn how high these oil prices were. Lowering these prices will simply destroy Russian economy, because once again, a kind reminder to all those people who still believe that Russia is strong and invincible. Russia is super vulnerable, all because this largest country in the world that literally does not need any new territories is a purely dig and sail economy. That's a country that does not produce anything competitive. You will not find AI systems coming from Russia. You will not find new cars that you want to buy. You cannot even find a book that you want to read written by the Russian author in the 21st century. No. Don't give me those depressive 19th century authors. I speak about modern ones. There is literally nothing competitive in Russia apart from raw resources that they actually take from other people's republic that Russian Federation temporarily suppresses and keeps. So by destroying the industry of raw resources, and you know that after recent sanctions by Joe Biden, they are actually unable to continue trade with China and India at the extent they wanted. And when prices go down, Russia loses money and its budget is already very negative. And this clearly reminds me the times before the collapse of the USSR. Stay safe, relax. I don't remember that because I was very small. But I do know it from the stories of my relatives or from the newspapers and even our history books. First, Soviet Union had very exhausting, very wrong war in Afghanistan. Then a collapse of oil prices that kept dropping led to the collapse of the Soviet economy. And that's it. And that was the dissolution of that monster, and many new normal countries were born, like Ukraine, like Lithuania, like Moldova, and a monster, an abuser, a bully in Moscow remained. Now we witness that agony, but all the symptoms illustrate that the process is already reversible. And it seems to me that the President Trump has realized that finally. Some good people explained it to him via articles, via real analysis, and that's important. So let's keep speaking the truth. Please share these videos on your social media platforms. It may help de-zombify others. Join me on X, Blue Sky, Threads, Discord, and check our merch shop for lots of good items that work well as reminders and conversation starters about Ukraine. Please be careful. There are lots of scammers. I do not invite you to chat in private. I never ask for money. And also, please only subscribe to my official pages that you can find in the description of this video. Thank you for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons and sponsors of the channel. And thank you for being friends of mine in Ukraine. Slava Ukraini!